a wonderful moment for the UK, enables very rapid distribution of this vaccine. I think to some extent, one that we had sort of put in the price. I think we had banked on this approval coming through, and we'd banked on that enabling stocks in the UK that rely, frankly, on the economy being up and running, people being able to leave their houses. We relied on this to enable those companies to get back to producing profits in the second, third, fourth quarter of this year. As far as the first quarter goes, which you asked me about specifically, I'm afraid it's a bit of a write-off for the UK, really. The data just gets worse and worse on this vaccine, and so we are expecting tougher restrictions, possibly as early as today, something very close to full lockdown. But the presence of this vaccine, the speed at which we believe it can be distributed, means that we think it's possible as investors to look through that period to brighter times ahead.
What exactly does that mean, though, when you say as an investor you're going to look through Q1, and you just said that it's going to be a write-off because of the sheer amount of lockdowns and economic restrictions that are taking place before the vaccine has a broader rollout. But as an investor, doesn't it not pay off to buy when the market is at its most fearful?
Well, I think that's exactly right. I think there was a lot of fear in Q4 around whether these cyclical names would recover, whether before we had the Pfizer vaccine news, before we had, if you like, light at the end of the tunnel. And clearly that was the moment to buy cyclical stocks, and we saw that in the extraordinary rally that we had in November. It's our view, though, that despite that big move, there is still a lot further to go. These companies are historically cheap, and they have been bid down versus those more robust quality growth companies, not just over the last year in this crisis, but actually for several years. So we do think that we're now at the early stage of the economic cycle. If you like, the coronavirus has pushed us back to the start of the economic cycle, and that means that a lot of these cyclical companies have got further to run.